So when I started this journey some time ago, I came up with 6 reasons why Fort Collins was the best place on the planet, or at least northern Colorado was the best place on the planet for PV. One thing I didn't take account of was snow. So we had some snow about 4 days ago now, as you can see from behind me. And then if I was to switch my camera around, you'll notice on the top of my roof that my solar panels are covered. And in fact, they're covered all around the house. So I've been thinking about, how do you solve that problem? Honestly, I expected this stuff to melt. But just to give you a sense of scale, it's 0 Fahrenheit, according to my car right now. It was minus 25 degrees Celsius last night, and the high today is minus 11 Celsius. So one thing that isn't happening is any of this isn't melting, and obviously being white, it reflects the sun, and as a result, it's taking a long time to melt. In fact, it hasn't even started yet, and that's 4 days now I've had without PV. And as you can imagine, that's very annoying. So what are we going to do about it? Give you another sense of, there's the south-facing PV. It hasn't even begun to melt. So we've got a couple of options here. The first one is I could get up there and sweep it off. But it's icy and snowy, and it's also 25 feet up, so I'm not doing that. That would be crazy. And also it's non-scaling. Next, I could get a long pole with a spray can on the top of it, and I could spray de-icer on it, but there's 2 problems with that. The first one is, to get to those bits of the roof, I'd need a pole about 35 feet long, for any of the solar panels, in fact. So that's really not very practical, and also putting materials onto your solar panels is generally frowned upon, bad idea, because it basically produces a film which makes them less efficient all the time, not just when there's snow on them. You could do the same with a rake, again, but I'd need at least a 35-foot long rake, which I think would be at best unwieldy, and secondly, I'd be or thirdly, or whatever number I've got to now, would be very unwieldy, and I'm concerned I would scratch the panels, and mainly they're not inexpensive, so I don't really want to do that. And then another option seems to me to, at some point, probably pay somebody else to go up there, put some electrical heated pipe, the sort of thing that you run round water pipes to stop it freezing, attach that to the back of the panels, and when it snows like this, turn it on for a few hours, run a few kilowatts of heat through the panels, or behind the panels, to melt the snow off, and then be done. But that's probably going to cost me some not insignificant money. Is it really worth the effort? I suppose the question I'm posing to all of you is this worth doing anything about? Or for the, I don't know, 10 to 20 days a year that we get where it's too snowy for the solar panels to work, I just suck it up and actually use the mains power, which kind of goes against everything I want to do, but it might just be the simple answer. The other question for all of you good people in the comments is, if I were to put heated electrical cable behind the panels, do I do it at the top where it would melt behind the snow and hopefully produce a film and the whole sheet of snow would fall off? Or do I do it at the bottom where it effectively melts the bottom part and then the snow moves down and then melts the next part? I suspect the right answer is, if you're going to do it, just do the whole damn panel, and then it defrosts it really quickly. But interested in solutions. And For those of you who live further up mountains than I do, and or get a lot more snow than I do, which is lots of places, what are your solutions? So, anyway, yeah, Fort Collins isn't quite as great as I thought it was going to be for PV, but it is pretty, so pays your money, it takes your choice. All right. Oh, and good luck to everyone in Texas. Let's hope the grid doesn't fall apart this week. All right, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.